Welcome, and hello. This is Total Spotfest. I am JJ. That is Jamie. Down below, we got Austin Reddick. Austin Reddick, the fully confirmed Flyers fan. I feel like now you've got
all in.
You're adopted. As he does, he moves to a big city. He adopts one sports franchise.
We did it for the Nuggets in Denver. Moving to Philly, we had to pick a team. We're all in on the Flyers, and not just me. Last night, my wife sat next to me on the couch, watched an entire Flyers game without even looking at our phones, actually watching the game the whole time. We are all in on the Flyers, so much so that we actually went to the Flyers game on Sunday. It's a phenomenal time.
I saw that. How was you had some good seats too.
We did. My birthday was last Thursday. My mom hit me up and was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Hey, the Flyers are playing Sunday afternoon. How about some tickets?" And she hooked us up with some sweet ones. So great time. The stadium's nice. It was $30 to park on site. Got in and out really quick. No complaints. And it was one of 3 extremely Philly experiences we had over the weekend. We had one Thursday night. We went out to the bar around the corner to watch the Flyers and have some drinks. Being a Thursday night, there was probably 6 other people in the bar, 2 of which were arguing very loudly about politics. And this went on for about 15 minutes. Until some middle-aged woman who was sitting at the slot machines, because there's like 2 slot machines back along the wall in the bar, gets up, walks over, raises her voice, goes, "Hey, if you're going to argue, take that shit outside. I'm not here to listen to your bullshit." And the 2 people arguing about politics piped right the fuck down. It was outstanding.
That's amazing.
That was the first one. Then Saturday, we were going to the grocery store. As we're walking into the grocery store, some lady coming out pushing her cart. I don't know what event preceded this, but I just hear her loudly go, "Not doing it. I'm not going to jail to fight because I fight that old bitch over there." And then just kept walking back across the parking lot. So, and then we topped it off with the Flyers game on Sunday. So a very Philly weekend.
Very Philly weekend. And I had my own very Philly experience last night because one of my favorite bands from Philly, Scranton technically, but Philly, but the Menzingers was in town. If I sound like Barry White, that's because it's amazing that I still have a voice. Let me put it that way. I got home and I was chatting with a friend, and it's like, "Hi, Jamie," and I was like, "It's like I gargled. It's been gargling glass. I have cicadas in my ears."
Hey, Campbell Myers, what's up? Hold on. He just happened to show up on our TikTok.
That's fine. You know, you're still not gonna derail my story, but that's okay. What's up, Soup? But no, I was like, it's like I have cicadas in my ears. I gargled glass, and my body's gonna hate me in the morning. So it was amazing. Jamie, how the hell you doing, man?
Well, I yelled at another coach my daughter was guest playing with. That was fun times for me. I'll put it this way. My daughter Audrey, my youngest, my little, was supposed to play up in Iowa, got canceled. So she's like, "Hey, can you see if somebody has, I want to play?" So we hit up our old team, like, "Hey, she's free. Do you want her?" Like, absolutely, we want her. First off, we get there and she's the 13th kid. Like, that's just too much anyway, especially. Well, she gets out there, second game, she pitches, and I'm really proud of her because it's the best she's ever pitched in her whole entire life. I'm not ashamed to say it. 3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, no hits. Like, she was dominant. Like, it was the best I've ever seen her pitch. That was at 11 a.m. Okay. That's very key to the story. So this happened. We make it all the way to the championship at 7.
Okay, 8 hours later.
Gotcha. She has not warmed up or pitched in any way since 11 a.m. Okay, very key here. The very last inning, we are tied. They want to put her back in as the closer and just like get it done, but she hasn't warmed up or anything. And it's cold out. It's like 48, 50, something like that. It was chilly. And literally the guy looks at me and he's like, "We're going to do this." I'm like, "Well, I hope she doesn't get hurt because you didn't warm her up. And if she does, I'm going to be super pissed at you." Like I even said really loud. I know all the parents heard me. Like he came over and was like, hold on.
Jamie.
Like, do you want me to warm her up? I'm like, you've already made the change with the ump. You can't do that now. You can't. And then like, afterwards, he came over and tried to apologize to me. I'm like, dude, you need to learn. Like, you don't know what the hell you're doing. I went off so hard on them. And like, and the funny thing is they're within my organization. So I was like, I'm just waiting to hear. And it's like, if I have to defend myself for somebody trying to be stupid and potentially hurting a girl, then what am I doing here? I didn't get that. I get that message. So other than that, it was great.
Hey, well, there's that.
Did she end up pitching?
She pitched, one batter walked him and then she kept rolling her shoulder because it hurt. And then I'm like, you need to pull her now.
I respect the work because if I walked a batter, I would immediately start grabbing my shoulder and be like, "Something's wrong, coach. I gotta hit the bench."
I mean, this is Jamie's daughter we're talking about here, so it would be very fitting indeed. So, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. What's up, Soup? What's going on, Clint? If it's your first time here, please give us a follow. Give us a big thumbs up if you're on the YouTube. Tap the screen, give us them hearts on TikTok. We do this every Wednesday night. We have some big news. So if you saw my little segment I did earlier today, we do have some stuff, and I want to have Jamie spill with the world what the big news that we teased is. Jamie?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I've been working really hard in order to get Blue Chew to be our sponsor.
Shamelessly selling his soul
to no Laveo. They've not responded or anything like that. But another partner has reached out, and we have came to agreement. We officially are a partner of W Energy. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. W Energy. You go to w.gg and you're able to order energy powders, 30-day supply tubs. They have multiple flavors, 0 sugar, 0 artificial colors. They're clean. They're healthy for you. Give you a nice little pump. When you look at all the stuff that's in there, pretty solid. If you use the code Total Spotfest, you get 10% off your order.
Fantastic news. We all got some coming our way too. So you'll see W throughout our
right here.
Our hydration on the show here. I'll update the ticker below for tonight, but we'll make sure we plaster that code for you guys. Like Jamie said, made in the USA. It's an American company, FDA inspected facility, 0 sugar, artificial colors and dyes and big words. They don't have any of that stuff. No hidden ingredients. It's gluten-free, by the way. Okay.
Yep.
I got some really cool flavors too. They have this like passion fruit tea, which I'm really antsy to try out. They got like strawberry watermelon. They got a bunch of like Japanese fruit flavors too.
I got
really
Japanese
cool
yuzu.
stuff.
That's what I got. I got Japanese
that one
yuzu
sounds
coming
interesting.
because that's really good. Have you ever had Japanese yuzu?
I don't remember. Probably not.
Austin shake his head.
I have at some point in time. I don't remember when, but I remember because the name's pretty unique.
I mean,
I don't remember if I liked it or not, but I'm sure it's delicious. I like most things, so I'm sure I'll
there you
enjoy
go.
it.
Yeah. But no, I like it. I'll type it. I'll get that code on the bottom. It's just our name, all no spaces. Total Spotfest. Get yourself 10% off.
Hell yeah! There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Some so I can start drinking it before the show, so I can stay up on Eastern time. 2 hours, I start fading at the end.
Well, and to be fair, we have Tony Khan partially to blame for that, especially this evening. Oh,
it was a surprise long Dynamite. Normally we get the heads up. This time we did not.
No,
I think this is the first extended Dynamite since you moved out east.
It is. And at least we pushed the show start back to account for these things to where now instead of 30 minutes after Dynamite, it's just 10 o'clock Central, make it easy. So it wasn't too much later. I'm still waiting that first 3-hour AEW extravaganza that happens on a Wednesday night. That's going to be, I'm going to need some W energy for that one.
Oh, yeah. So go to, was it one more time? Give us the
W.gg. Easy enough. Don't you have to put com, don't have to put net, tech,
Easy.
nothing. Just GG.
Easy. Total Spotfest is the code. All right. So more to come with that. Like I said, we all have ours ordered. We'll be getting it here hopefully by next week's show. We shall see. Also, for next week, we got a pay-per-view to talk about. We have a go home that happened this evening, boys.
Sure did.
Very go homey tonight too. Yeah.
Okay, Austin and I clearly have the same thoughts about the show tonight.
Why bury the lead? Let's Austin, please give us your initial thoughts here before we get into the show itself.
I'm actually going to default to Jamie. I want to hear his thoughts first on this one.
Okay. So just I'm just gonna fire off a simple question. All right. The week of a pay-per-view, why in the hell would you have the IWGP heavyweight champion just show up randomly and be a part of a 6-man chaos tag match? Like, make that make sense. Like, if you're trying to do that for a Forbidden Door that still hasn't been announced, it's a little weird to me. That whole thing with Ospreay, which I know they're not trying to get him to do all the moves or whatever, which he ended up doing all the moves. It just didn't make sense. The show felt very disorganized and not like a traditional go home. Like, they've had a really good run of go homes. This felt like an old school AEW one where it's just like, hey, we're just gonna throw a bunch of shit together right now. Like, I'm all hopped up on W Energy. Let's go. That's what it was.
See, and I wanted to default to you so I don't just steal your points before you throw them out there again.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Which has been happened recently. That was my thought. And the chaos in Canada was fun, and we'll get to that later in the show. Mm-hmm. It wasn't bad. It's real weird for your go home to start it and main event it with a group of people that have not been seen on AEW TV before. Any other random Wednesday night, it makes more sense. It was a little weird here. And again, it wasn't bad. It was kind of funny that the United Empire all showed up in matching suits. Like, that was...
I enjoyed that part of it. I mean, the show begins with this, right? The show begins with, again, Will Ospreay. And this has been going on for the past 2-3 weeks now. He's just attacking by himself and doing all this. And the beatdown that he had happen last week, Moxley talked about, you got to be smarter than that, right? And he does what should have been happening probably a week or two ago, right? He's going 1 against 5 and Marina Shafir. Get your backup. Do you have it in AEW? No, but you go over and he gets United Empire, which thematically makes all the sense in the world. It really makes sense if the pay-per-view this Sunday was Forbidden Door. I'm just saying, this felt like a Forbidden Door intro kind of thing too, which is way out of place. It made sense from that's his backup, but to what you guys said, the impact of bringing it over just kind of like, okay, sure, right?
Yeah,
and yes. They have Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir on the 0 hour. And you know how I feel. I like how they bring the real world couples into fruition, right? Don't need to hide it, right? She should come to his back against Marina Shafir because that she should. So I dig that, but yeah.
Yeah, you had a segment to close the show, but you more or less bookended your show with a few people that are not currently advertised for the pay-per-view. That's in
Dusty.
It's just an odd choice.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more, dude. It's just
the only thing I can think of is that they are going to quickly move on from the Ospreay Mox stuff after Dynasty. And this was just, let's get the big Death Riders versus Ospreay just back up out of the way, get it done so we can move on to other things. That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, they officially did make it confirm for all of us that were in the fence that it is going to be a Continental title match. Continental rules. There's that. So we all know where this is going. What we don't know where it's going, though, is the sudden change and swerve that we have in the TNT title picture. So Kyle Fletcher out with injury, had to relinquish the title. Thus, we're getting a casino gauntlet at the pay-per-view.
I don't hate that.
I never hate a casino gauntlet.
Fuck yeah.
Is that your favorite gauntlet match?
Absolutely.
It is mine too.
I mean
it's a good idea.
It's just structurally so much better than any other gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
Like traditionally in pro wrestling, a gauntlet match doesn't really make sense. Like if you go out there first, you just got to beat everybody. If you go out there last, you get an advantage. But gauntlet matches have are there any historically great gauntlet matches y'all can think of?
One. I don't remember the year exactly, but it was when that one random Raw where they had Seth Rollins. They basically took like a whole hour long gauntlet match to open the show, and he won that. I think to be number one contender or something. But that was a fantastic gauntlet match.
Allow me to one up you, sir. 1996, Atlanta, Georgia. At the peak of Goldberg, the gauntlet of the NWO to get to Hollywood to win the belt on Monday Nitro at a sold out Georgia Dome was by far and away the greatest ever gauntlet that's ever gauntleted.
Except that was 98, not 96.
It's 96.
No, it's totally 98.
No, you're right.
96 was the watching of the NWO. Goldberg didn't come up until 98.
Yeah, that was my senior
he was
year.
97, dude.
He showed up like in 97, but Goldberg
I was in
big
college.
Time streak was 98.
Yeah.
That was my senior year in high school.
With my offensive lineman buddies, we're all wearing our NWO shirts at a Nazarene school.
If you don't know, that's fucking hilarious.
Yes,
really.
to circle back, the casino gauntlet is just structurally so much better of a match than any traditional gauntlet match. You almost can't even compare it to regular gauntlet matches.
No, and the first time they rolled out this whole thing, we all were just mind blown by it because you took a gauntlet match and a Royal Rumble-esque battle royal. You intertwine them together. The element of surprise. Yes, a couple of them that they've run have been a little bit predictable, right? But what was the one they did? Remember when they did? Just for example, the first one was amazing. It just came out of nowhere on a Jacksonville Dynamite, and we're like, "What was that? That was unbelievable, right?" And then I do remember, of course, the one where Roddy came out and the match ended with him coming down the ramp, which adds to the lore of it. The first women's gauntlet was bonkers, again at Jacksonville, and it's such a good idea for a match in an age where it feels like everything had been created. So, hey, if that's your fallback you have, if your champion gets hurt, that's a pretty damn good fallback.
Can't go wrong with that. Here's a fun question. I mean, it's never good for anyone to get hurt. But timing wise, do y'all think maybe it's not the worst thing for Kyle Fletcher to go home and recover for a few months? Because I think he's going to come back even hotter than when he left.
I think this is a perfect cool down for the ultimate heat up for him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think that's okay, he's been on TV. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves Kyle Fletcher. He goes away for a while, and then boom, his music hits. People go absolutely ape shit, and you put him in the main event picture right then and there.
Especially if you have Ospreay with the big title or in the big title picture around that time. I think it works advantageously. I think to answer your question the simplest way, no, because you want Kyle Fletcher on your TV. Right?
You do, but they've got a deep enough roster you can cover for a few months.
They do, and it's good to get the belt off of him and kind of detach him, to Jamie's point, from that title picture, because we all firmly believe and agree he is ready for the next, the bigger step, right? I think this is a good transition to put him directly into that bigger picture naturally, right? Plus, you had the announcement from Don Callis. Good Don Callis work tonight, by the way. But Don Callis talking about the family and how he was trying to close the deal between Proto Sheeta and the Bucks for Dynasty, and he's got something even better in mind. And we all know what that is, but it's fine, right? Then we go directly in.
I'm just a chill guy. I said Don Callis for Canadian Prime Minister. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'm down with it.
I support it.
I think the people of Canada might have some questions in his foreign policy.
He's the captain, eh? Come on.
Being not Canadian, I'm all for it. I'm like, cool, let's go.
I thought he is Canadian.
No, I'm not Canadian. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
that doesn't affect me at all.
Hey, maybe in like 6 months from now, we're all Canadians.
Could very well, who knows, right? All right. So you lead right into your opening match finally. So you have Bandito Darby Allin and Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family. They did make the announcement, oddly enough, and many times over, they've reminded us during this match that the Andrade Darby Allin match, if Darby wins, he gets a title shot. That is how they framed that match stipulation the entire time. Did you guys hate that half as much as I did? Because A, telling, B, why just Darby? Why not make it a number one contender? I know I'm pulling into Austin Reddick's bag of logic, but the fuck?
It's weird. I'll give you that for sure. If this one guy wins, he's number one contender. If the other guy beats him, we don't know.
We don't know.
I think it is a number one contenders match either way. I don't think it's guaranteed Darby's going to win. I could very much see Andrade winning this, Kenny winning the title, and at Double or Nothing, us getting Andrade versus Kenny again. But it's real weird that they just keep saying if Darby wins, he gets the shot. It's just like the last couple of weeks, talk about Mox and Ospreay and not explicitly saying it was for the Continental title until like 3 weeks later.
I love the red changeover to express your rage there. It's
Don Callis's family was purchased, like their services were purchased by MJF. That's why it's only a one-way thing, and they're really trying to drive that point home that it's a one-way thing because of that whole thing. Well, here's the thing: they had two things wrong with this whole scenario. One, Darby Allin was on my TV. Two. If this isn't foreshadowing, I don't know what is.
Right.
So, especially with how tonight ended, if they go this route, I'm gonna get pissed. Like, I'm just gonna get angry. I think we all know which way I'm leaning. Like,
which means next week could be a fantastic. Hopefully, Jamie has his W by next week so that he can get something to quench his thirst and cool off a little bit.
Straight, guys. We use my discount code Total Spotfest for my 10% off.
Tony Khan has been had the proclivity to do the strong swerve on an obvious situation like this in the past, right? Which gives me a modicum of hope. And then, of course, later on in a promo, Don Callis tries to retcon himself in a little bit, saying if Andrade wins, he's definitely going to be the number one contender, right? So I guess they're trying to catch it on it, but yeah, it just the logistics of it in my brain just go, why say it like that?
I'm giving y'all hope right now. I am locking in two of my picks, giving them out for free ahead of time.
Ooh.
I'm taking Andrade and Kenny to win on Sunday. I'm not bought in that this just telegraphs that Darby's winning. He certainly could. I'm taking Andrade and Kenny still.
Well,
MJF is a heavy betting favorite right now, so I would love for you to be right.
well, we shall see. And again, we will have our picks this weekend. We will talk more about that next week. So the match itself, it was fun. It was fine. You know, it was good match. You did have Don Callis' family end up doing a little divide and conquer. They get the victory, which brings out the Young Bucks to defend their boy Jack Perry, right? And then, of course, comes out Okada, who's to defend the family and get in a fist fight with Takeshita. Okay. Enter the Rascals. Myron Reed has a title shot against Okada on Saturday. And you got a whole cacophony of just craziness happening. A little bit later on, I'm skipping around a little bit, but that's fine. A little bit later on, you do got that Don Callis promo. Okay. And he makes it official that the Young Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita at Dynasty. And he keeps bringing back to his analogy of the Chicago Bulls that Phil Jackson was able to get Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan on the same page. You don't have to like each other to win, right? He prefers his family to actually fight, right? To which Takeshita, and he even took a jab at you, Jamie. He said, I know that all you people want to see this, you know, the fallout. It's gonna, they're in the family. He basically said, Jamie Faulkner, go fuck yourself. It's not happening. That's what Don Callis said tonight, you know. But then Takeshita said that he'll do it for the family, but he wants Okada's title. So he made it official as well. Your first booked match for Double or Nothing, Takeshita versus Okada within the Don Callis family. But you're finally getting it, sort of, Jamie.
Oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I might be extra getting it because as soon as that statement was made, I pulled out my phone and I first looked at MapQuest or Google Maps, and then I looked at ticket prices and haven't pulled the trigger, but we may be heading to New York in May to Double or Nothing.
There you go.
Because I mean, it's Okada and Takeshita. Like,
I know.
I mean, it's like a 2-hour drive, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
I mean,
Get a couple cheesesteaks for the road. You're fine.
We've gone twice as long to St. Louis for less. You know, I mean,
hey. Speaking of St. Louis, you saw Eddie Kingston's coming to St. Louis Anarchy, right?
I did.
Oh, nice. I didn't see that. That's rad.
Which is legit amazing. Well, we may have to work some things out. And then, of course, you know, it was kind of predictable, but we do get the Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita at Dynasty because
why not?
He just can't help himself. Just keep putting that stuff on. I mean, you do have a title match. You had Willow Nightingale, who successfully defended against returning Hikaru Shida on Saturday, defending against Queen Aminata, returning people. She's fighting returning people, I guess. Returning Queen Aminata tonight. Okay. Gets the victory, then has an awkward stare down with Shida, who she just beat. And I was confused. I don't know what's going on.
As Jamie said earlier, this entire show was a little disorganized. It was, I think there's a chance we end up with a Willow and Shida rematch, either on 0 Hour or on the pay-per-view proper.
Probably.
But it's always weird when someone loses a title match and then they're just immediately like, well, let's just do this again for reasons. That being said, I'm never sad about give me Willow and Shida any day of the week. I like both of them. I'll watch it, but it's still strange booking.
I just don't understand it. I don't know what the alternative is, Jamie. I don't know, but I mean, the fact that Willow's actively defending the TBS title now, so she's got dual attention with the two, you know, she had dual attention with the two titles, but now she's focused on her title, right? You have all these heels, and she's defending against none of them.
Which kind of is.
Is she the heel now?
I mean, she threatened to hit her with that kendo stick afterwards.
Well, that's kind of Sheeta.
She's feeling heelish.
I don't
And
know.
honestly, a heel Hikaru Shida
Wow.
in my life. Wow, dude. I can't even think it was a heel.
You
need
some
Hikaru
W to clear
Shida
your
is
brain
amazing.
there, man. Oh my god.
It's just the thought, like, we've never seen her true heel ever in the 6 years of AEW. I'm here for
like
it.
Have her come out like dark Yakuza style sort of thing, that'd be cool.
100%.
It's worth a shot. Might as well.
Or have her go like full Yakuza, like Majima, just go crazy, get the leopard jacket. All right, that's a deep cut. So last week we had words to say about Chris Jericho not saying many words.
Really quick before we move on, just because I don't want to gloss over it. I really enjoyed this Willow and Queen Aminata match.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to give it its props before we moved on to, unfortunately, talk about Chris Jericho, but this match was very good.
100%. Honestly, like, Willow's great. Queen Aminata came back and is better than ever. She looked phenomenal. I mean, Queen Aminata's always looked good, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in the ring, she's been gone for 5 months. You'd be worried that, she might sky blue it. She definitely didn't.
Yeah, I think Willow does better against women that are a little bit more hard hitting and wrestle a little bit more aggressively. And I think you got that out of both of them tonight.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to take away from the match at all. I just trying to figure out what we're doing with this picture, because Willow's such a star. I feel like slightly rudderless in direction, and nothing against Queen Aminata, but she has been gone for 5 months, and then out of nowhere it's like, oh, you just get a title shot. Here you are, right?
Yeah, the booking was suspect, but the product was nice.
And I think in part and parcel, it's not that they're to blame for us, but you've done all this work to kind of put a lot of your women into the tag division to make it formidable for good reason and with good results, right? But what you have left besides the tag team division is a whole lot of, I mean, look at your women's title picture. You got Jamie Hayter going up against Tekla. She's in a tag match the night before because she's in a tag team, and her tag team partner's in a separate match on. So it's it's like it's just I feel like lots of ideas all at once is kind of what they're thinking of, and I feel like you need to take a step back and just make some lanes. The men's picture had this for the while. I mean, we all remember Austin Reddick's rants on the tag division and the men's division.
It was bleak.
A long time.
It was bleak. I think the problem with the women's division is they don't have the depth for 2 titles and tag titles right now.
What's up, Dixon?
Like they need to add a few more women to the regular weekly roster.
All right,
like we couldn't have brought out Deonna Purrazzo for a few weeks to heat her up for a TBS title match with Willow at Dynasty. Like you've got people down in Ring of Honor you could bring up, but they just stick to the same 8 or so women on Dynamite and Collision. You really just don't get past that.
All right, well, let's play this game then, boys. Who do you bring in? And I'm gonna say we all know Mercedes Moné, right? There's that. Okay.
Just waiting in the wings, man.
Other than her, who else do you bring in for your singles division? Because right now you have precious few actually firmly in the singles division. Who do you bring in? You brought up Deonna Purrazzo. Jamie, give me a name.
Who? If you're bringing free agents, I got 2 for you. Priscilla Kelly makes a lot of sense.
That makes a ton of sense. Bring back Priscilla Kelly, you mean?
Steph DeLander.
Okay.
Those 2 make a lot of sense. I would love to hear what people have in the comments about that as well, like who you would think. But if you're going free agent wise, that's where I would go. If you have internals, always heat up good old Riho. Let's go.
I mean, Riho is always an answer, I know it's kind of like you've been teetering
Daniel
on
Luna,
this.
that's a great one, Benjamin.
Ooh, touche.
I like that one a lot.
And they've got a good number of women who they've begun to do this a little bit too as well, right? Like Zeta Steele, I think she did a really good job when you given her a little bit of legway to stand on. I know that we've all said this at one point in time, and she's been just relegated to being the Ring of Honor Women's Champion for eternity. But there's no reason Athena shouldn't be on the main roster competing for all the big titles.
That's always the answer. It's Athena. Just bring up Athena. Have her around there regularly.
Have her drop that belt. Have her drop it to Billy Starks when she's healthy again. Okay?
Yes, that's the long-term play. I just don't know why it's taking us 5 years.
I don't know. It's time. Move it on to Billy, and then put Athena in the main roster because she needs to be there.
But did you also guys? So speaking of Mercedes, she's officially beltless. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, 100%
beltless. So the prophecy has been foretold, is coming to fruition.
I feel like we need a hat to celebrate.
Hat, Jamie.
Did you burn that thing?
No, it's right there. I'm not getting the damn thing.
If she shows up and comes into if she fully
shows up and she turns face because like she's learned from her mistakes, I will rock the hat.
She needs
for
the
10 minutes, and that's it.
No, I'm not asking for the whole show again.
Okay.
That was amazing.
10 minutes. I'll give you 10 minutes.
I think it's almost guaranteed she's coming back as a face.
She has to be.
I know it's a sucker's bet.
Yeah. All right. So Jericho comes out and says more words than he said last week. Okay. And yes, I know Jericho in 2026 talking about signing his contract again in front of everybody. It's a thing. Here's the thing. So the way it started off there, I actually was like somewhat appreciative of Jericho, right? Kind of the way that he was going about it, and whether he sticks to his words remains to be seen because we've seen this before, but he wants to be here. He doesn't care if he's in the mid card, the opening match, whatever. He's all about he's saying all the right things, right? And then he has his contract on a clipboard, which to Jamie's visual cue there, one of the most obvious scripted things you could have done, but it was fantastic. And Ricochet comes out, prevents him from signing, tells him to get lost. And then, of course, Jericho does sign it and says that he has a clause in there to make a match with whoever he wants. And Ricochet, you just made the list. Do you like the return? Do you like the return of the list of Jericho?
So bear shit in the woods?
So good.
I do. I really like it. And I really like him taking something that he did in another company that everybody remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Because it reminds me of the days 30 years ago when guys would jump companies every couple of years and like they would do the same shtick. Like they had their gimmicks that they got over. And so I'm glad they didn't shy away from that because it happened somewhere else a decade ago. Like everyone loved the list. We got it. This may be nothing but naive optimism, but I'm hoping we get a proper Chris Jericho run out of this. I don't want him near the title. Like I don't need him in the main event picture, but he's in shape. And at the end of the day, he still is Chris Jericho, who is an all-time great performer. So I hope we kind of get a nice victory lap for as long as he decides to stick around to cover up the last 4 to 5 years of not great Chris Jericho.
It feels like he's going on his swan song.
It does.
And I just recently, guys, I went to the Journey concert. It's their last concert ever. You know, like their last tour. What'd they do? They played the hits, right? They went out making sure every fan was happy. They played the hits. Chris Jericho is playing the hits now, as he should. He did. You just made the list. He might bust out the 1004 holds again, which would be great. Maybe he'll do the "Come On Baby" pin. I'm just a chill guy. Got me for that one. You know,
I want to see him do the Y2J entrance once. Just once.
Yeah, just
more.
one last
once
time.
more at a pay-per-view. Fuck Sunday.
Yeah. It's just, as the resident Jerichoholic, I see what he's doing now. And instead of trying to put over the younger talent, he's just going to put over, whoever he can on his way out. And if that's the way he's going to do it, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, reports apparently are out there that the big reason why he did not go back to WWE, like everybody thought he was, he's a shoo-in for the Royal Rumble. And then it's like, maybe he's coming. Everybody thought for sure it's coming back. Apparently, he didn't like the way that WWE handled Cena and AJ's farewells. Not just in the whole Gunther thing, right? But just kind of in general, the way that it was kind of handled. He didn't feel like they gave them the best sort of send-offs for what they had done to the company, which fair, true, right?
Accurate.
But I hope to God you're right, Jamie. Also, do you think this ends with him getting one final title, maybe the national championship or something like that? I'd be good if he gets like one of the lower belts on his way out as a brief stint, just to.
I don't want to see him carry any title. I don't think Jericho needs a title. I want to see him have fun feuds in the mid card where there's a lot of guys with nothing to really do. He doesn't need a belt. He doesn't need to be in a title picture. I think once MJF drops the title, I think there's something there with an MJF and Jericho feud to kind of go back to what they did a few years ago. I know we've done that, but I think that's a fun thing to do with MJF when he's not in the title picture.
Okay.
I don't think he needs a title. Like the national title, that barely ever gets defended as it is. That title doesn't really matter. The international title gets defended by Okada exclusively on Collision for some fucking reason. And at the pay-per-view against Takeshita that I'm going to try and go to. I don't think you need that Continental title on him. That's past where he's at in the year 2026. Yeah. And for the love of God, don't put him anywhere near the main title. Let him have just fun feuds with your mid-card guys for as long as he wants to hang around.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm right there with you. No title. No titles needed. He doesn't need one.
He doesn't need a title.
Here's a title. I've got a title for him. I don't think we'll actually ever get this. But if you wanted a trios run with him, Christian Cage, and Copeland, the grizzled Canadian vets, I'd be interested in that.
That would be hilarious. I'd want that. Actually, I kind of want that now.
That would be fun.
Legit, kind of awesome, Well, to what it's worth, he does have a match now on pay-per-view made official. Him and Ricochet in Vancouver. So you have that. We talked about the Don Callis promo from earlier. So again, you got the Bucks versus Takeshita and Okada, and then like Austin said, Takeshita versus Okada, double or nothing. So you have a TNT title that has no owner, and you've got a Casino Gauntlet coming up. So we need to do a match or a couple matches to determine who the first people are, because as we've spoken about, being the first is important in the Gauntlet match, not in a Battle Royal, but in a Gauntlet match, you want to be one or two. So to determine the first spot, you got Mascara Dorada versus Tommaso Ciampa. And yes, God, yes. This was,
felt very black and goldy, if you know what I mean.
It's so black and gold. How about Tommaso too, right? He's gone into his proper heel, but he's not like that, like so polarizing heel. He's that conniving just the dirty son of a bitch that he did so well in NXT. And Mascara Dorada, you know how I feel about my luchas. This was fun. Tommaso gets the victory. He's going after Sylvie. Probably the early favorite, if I had to guess.
He's not my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
That's easy. Who was the one who was trying to get the belt from Kyle right before everything happened? And they're going to be in his home country. Speedball. Mike Bailey.
I don't think Speedball's in the gauntlet match.
They haven't announced it.
We don't know who's in the gauntlet match. That's the whole mystique of it.
Yeah. But did they not announce a trios title match? Or
They
is that
sure
happening
should.
on Saturday?
They sure shit did for Collision.
Okay, it's for Collision, not pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay. So it could be then. Speedball's not a bad choice. I don't think Ciampa's winning it because he's entering first and he just had the title recently. I wouldn't be sad about him winning it, though. Like, you give Ciampa a belt any day. Like, give him all the belts.
Yeah.
Like, I'd watch. Oh, yeah.
I mean, thematically, it makes a lot of sense, from what the stories you already been telling. I know, Roddy and Orange are probably going to be in it as well. On Saturday, you got Roosh going off against, and I can't remember who.
Anthony Bowens.
Anthony Bowens. Look at matter. Sorry, Anthony. But you got Roosh. I love you. But first of all, reform the Acclaim. Let's get this over with. But yeah, Roosh is going to be up in there too.
I feel like every time there's a mystery guy or a match where we don't know who might end in it, there's always one answer we go to and we're wrong every time, but maybe Jay White finally.
you boys are projecting now. Oh, especially you, Austin.
Okay. Hold the phone. I'm going to counter Jay White with a David Finlay.
David Finlay's a solid pick.
That would be solid. Gabe Kidd would be solid too.
He's more the henchman.
The way they position Gabe Kidd is not to be a leading guy, as in getting a singles title.
He's positioned
I know
in a weird way.
I know. Well, what they're doing with the dogs, and they had the whole promo with the dogs a little bit after this, where they lost last on Collision on 10-man, but they didn't lose because they never got pinned. So they're just here to beat up 4 dudes, and they beating up Orange and Roddy, and Gabe Kidd's back, and they're going after the trios titles on Saturday. And I just really hate what they're doing with these 3. I really hate what they're doing.
Yeah, they're just kind of filler, for lack of a better term.
Which is why I hate.
Yeah.
But I mean, their roster is so stacked.
I get it.
That what else are you going to do with them right now? I think David Finlay winning the TNT title would be great. I don't think it's likely, but not a bad option for sure.
What do y'all think? I want to know. Put your comments in the chat. Who is gonna win the TNT belt at Dynasty?
Yeah. And could it be somebody that maybe not in TNT right now? Who knows? I don't know. There's not really anybody out there to be had, but still. You never know.
Yeah, Adam sure is going to show up.
You know who I'd like to. You know who I'd like to see win it, but there's no chance in hell this is going to happen. Claudio.
Oh, Claudio would be great.
Claudio would be great.
He's doing his best work right now too with the lucha mask, everything he's doing. I love him. He's so great right now.
He's so good.
Give me a Claudio TNT run where he defends that title every week against just random people from around the world.
Okay. Yes, please.
Won't happen, but it would be great.
Who knows?
And if I could get a 50-50 booking of him and Hechicero at least twice a month.
I want to see him and Hinare now.
I know.
We'll get to that main event, but I want to see that match.
Put a pin there because I got lots of things to say about the main event. Tekla had a real great promo. Question for you boys. If Tekla said she's going to take you out to a fantastic seafood dinner all expenses paid, all this stuff, and then take you to a strip club, which is going to break all your fingers and leave you on the stage. I mean, I'm still down. What about you guys? I mean,
Yeah, I don't need hands.
I mean, Rose McGowan showed that you only need one leg
That's true.
and play a terror. So
But,
I mean,
like,
what's a couple hands?
I just think it's funny. It's like she was going after Lexi and said, and then I take you to a strip club. I'm like, wait, where are we going with this? And it's just like
I think she's talking about ZJ.
You gotta ask,
buddy. You don't know.
Yeah.
I know you guys love when I wear that shirt. Oh my god, I love every once in a while I wear that shirt out. I'll have somebody be like, I don't understand. Like, and I legit tell them, if you gotta ask, you can't afford it, buddy. And then I'll walk on. And it's the most, and they're left with the most random look on, like in the middle of a Walmart or something, the most random look on their face, and I am busting up inside. Because not often, but every once in a while, I'll get somebody that pulls it out. Yeah, here's my moment. It's the little things, boys. It's the little things. Little things like 10% off.
That's
Go
such a good
to
joke there, and you were so lucky that I refrained. I was about to just let it rip.
I know you. I buy it. Speaking of little things, it's no little thing getting 10% off your W order. Go to w.gg. Use
That's a big thing.
Spotfest.
I mean, compared to JJ, that's a huge thing.
Hey now.
Is there any match?
Oh no!
That is,
you know, start over. Oh God, your internet is doing things, Austin.
the whole the whole thing just dipped out and back in for me.
I know.
We saw Jamie last week. It's me this week. The internet just doesn't want us shilling Dubby, but we're going to do it anyway. W.gg. Tell Spotfest at checkout, 10% off. Don't forget. But going back to what I was saying, is there any match on Dynasty that is more of a foregone conclusion than Jamie Hayter is not winning that belt?
No.
Actually, the betting odds have her negative 1,200, or they have Tekla negative 1,200, which is like 80 to 1 odds that she's
For what? I still don't know why you constantly look at betting odds on a.
I love it because like it gives you an idea of who they're thinking. Oh, I actually just had it up. Oh yeah, negative 700 to plus 400. So that equates to Jamie Hayter's like 50 to 1, and Tekla's like 4 to 3.
Yeah, this is by far the most. And I appreciate me some Jamie Hayter. I really have warmed up to this Brawling Birds thing that they're doing. They don't really have any direction, especially with the whole Tony Storm situation. I get it, but yeah, you're 100% right, Austin. It's like
Jamie Hayter wasn't even on the show tonight.
And
nor was there talk about Tony Storm's being murdered. That hasn't been happening for 2 weeks now.
They're just gonna let that sit until 2027 when it's time for Tony to come back.
I could very well see a potential Mercedes Moné return. All right, take care, Dixon. I very well could see a Mercedes Moné return at the pay-per-view for the simple fact that all this that we've been talking about, like, you don't have any Tony Storm. This is kind of thrown in there. There's no build. You had this. I mean, a good promo by Tekla, right? You know, but it's the most foregone conclusion. The betting odds, all this stuff, right? I feel like that screams that there's some bigger plans maybe for this. It is their top women's title, and now you can do the story like Jamie's been wanting to have with Mercedes Moné. I think there's a definite non-zero chance to see Mercedes Moné at the pay-per-view at the end of this match.
I don't think this will happen. I wouldn't mind after the tag match Saturday, Jamie Hayter gets jumped and is no longer cleared to compete. Tekla walks out with the title on Sunday to say she's won by forfeit. Mercedes shows up. We get an impromptu Mercedes versus Tekla match.
That's a bold swing.
I think you already hopped up on that W, dude.
I don't think it's happening. But that would be an improvement over what's.
I mean,
currently
we're in
going.
fantasy booking island, so that's totally
Yeah.
fine, right? That's
Okay,
fine.
fantasy booking island. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if that did happen, I think Mercedes takes the title off Tekla.
I do too.
So
but
the impromptu match, Mercedes showing up afterwards to begin the story arc, fulfill the prophecy. Jamie, what do you think? None of this is just going to be just a random match and they're going to move on? Or what?
I think this match will be a solid match. It'll be just like the exact same match I saw at Wrestle Dream. Fun fact. When I was right there, like literally right there. Jamie Hayter smacked my arm. Do you know I shook Johnny Cash's hand once? I did. Just made me think of that when I said that. I'm like, man, wow, I'm just fishing for shit. No, I think this is gonna be a solid 10-minute match, and let's just move on, and then Mercedes will show up Wednesday. She's not showing up in Canada.
You think you're just gonna leave it as a match and then just move on, which is probably the most likely scenario.
That's gonna be our bonus question, right? Does
Absolutely
Mercedes show up?
Yeah, 100%. That's the bonus question. So we've already got 3 different versions of what it could be, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I was on the record. What I pitched is very unlikely to happen, almost zero chance. But I do think she's going to show up on Sunday.
I'm not guarantee it. You guys try to make me do these dumb guarantees when I
you're the ones all about the dumb guarantees. What the hell
I don't casually guarantee shit that's never going to happen.
The only thing I guarantee is you get 10% off your order at w.gg if you use the code Total Spotfest. That's the only thing I'll guarantee.
That's my gimmick. That's my gimmick, guys. I thought we figured this out by now.
Spoiler
alert, behind the curtain, behind the fourth wall, I'm breaking kayfabe. That's my gimmick. I just put out weird shit.
Minute to the bit. All right.
We should get a new pay-per-view pick belt made with the W logo.
Dude,
hold on.
Stop.
Okay, you know what? I'll do that if we get people to buy 50 of them.
All right, you heard it, and I've already been trying my patience. It's taken every stretch of my willpower not to buy a 3D printer, and now you throw such a fantastic idea at me that you
just gotta do it.
I know I got taxes this week. I can't do it.
They even have tiger's blood. I don't know if you saw that. Like, the tiger's blood that you put on a snow cone, dude. Like, I know my kids will be all over that.
Well, tiger's blood, that's like strawberry watermelon too. I was like,
strawberry watermelon coconut.
I'm like so
on tiger's blood.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Anyway, we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to the belt here in a little bit, but yeah, that's definitely gonna be our bonus question. Cage and Copeland come out, do their little promo bit. By the way, Christian banged both Dax and Cash's moms, in case you're wondering. I mean, that might be my highlight of the night. In fact, in case you're wondering what I meant, yes, I banged them. Just golf clap.
Speaking of the guy who should be the next Canadian Prime Minister.
Yes. Yes.
If Christian became the Prime Minister, I would move up there. I'd just relocate my entire family.
Yeah. I mean, my notes is I talk about them getting jumped by FTR, and then Roppongi Vice came out, and they tried to break Christian's arm. But my other note just literally says Christian banged their mothers. Just right there. I love that so much. Oh my god. He's gonna bang. He didn't pay a visit to Stokely's mother yet. He's gonna do it as a champion though. So God bless you, Christian. You're doing the Lord's work out there.
Please have a video.
Would y'all have ever guessed 25 plus years ago when they were tagging in WWF at the time that in 2026 they would both still be wrestling on TV and Christian would be infinitely more entertaining than Edge?
No,
never.
Not then.
No.
No.
I think that, like, because I've been saying for weeks, like, Edge is just a weird fit in AEW.
Yeah.
But I think part of it is that Christian is just so much better at what AEW does that it overshadows him every time they're together.
That's well
I
said.
don't think that's anything wrong with Edge being there and as long as he's attached with Christian as well, too, because that's fine, right? yeah, Christian by far he has figured it out again.
Yeah.
Christian's got it. Yeah. I mean, he's my patriarch, so.
So, all right. Title match Sunday. Stakes on the line. So we'll see what goes on with that. You got a real quick Darby Allin promo because Jamie hasn't fumed enough tonight, apparently.
How to get Jamie double Darby tonight.
Double Darby, and it's like, why you
okay, hold on. Let's just he's terrible. Terrible on the mic by himself. Like, his best promo work ever was with him and Moxley in the jail in Kansas City.
Well, yeah.
Because it was Moxley driven.
Yeah, he was just getting beat up behind bulletproof grass.
I mean, Andrade, are you just gonna be his bitch? Oh, that's right. I called you a bitch. Like, he said that. Like, come on, dude. Don't let him. No, him and War Daddy.
Yet,
not allowed around a mic.
Yet he has the weird stipulation that if he wins, both of the competitors in the title picture have guaranteed him the first shot at him.
Well, it's not weird because of the whole thing Don Callis got. Yeah, come on, man.
I know.
Established this.
I know. We've already tapped this enough. Let's move on to the good things, which was the anarchy in the arena. I mean, the chaos in Canada between United Empire and
brought to you by Molson Ice.
And the Death Riders. Okay. So, yes, as weird as it was, like we talked about at the beginning, them kind of like pulling this out of nowhere, right? And you have the youngest IWGP champion who just won that title out there. This was still fun as hell. This match was great. And even had, Alex Windsor comes out and, negates Marina Shafir and 4.5 broken tables. Also, I want
little guy.
I love him, by the way, man. He's awesome. Love his ass. Have you done many table spots?
Not a ton, but I've done a few.
Okay. Have you ever done any where a table doesn't break?
Yes.
Is that
yes, I have.
Worse? I mean, for not just for, because is that worse for you guys as the competitors? I'm not talking if it hurts more or not, but is it worse when it's obviously worse when the table doesn't break because then you got to try and break it again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the match I was in where the table didn't break is a little bit of a separate situation. But to answer your question, the table not breaking is always worse because then you've got to pivot and it always looks like you're just trying to cover and break it again. So I've got two quick table not breaking stories. One involves me directly. The other I was just there for. The first one, it was actually probably one of my first 5 or 6 matches. It was in Navasota, Texas, which if you're asking where that is, exactly middle of nowhere, outside of College Station.
Okay.
There were 10 people in the crowd. And this is in a ring that did not have any padding. It was just blankets they laid under the canvas.
Oh.
And I'm wrestling this dude, Gundacker, who weighs about 400 pounds, and he brings this table for this ladder match.
Gundacker.
Anthony Gundacker, Gun Show. Great guy. I actually had my first match against him as well, and then we ran it back for another company a little while later. So he brings this table, and it's not your standard wooden folding table. It's a smaller one, and it's got thick metal railing around.
Ooh.
And he's like, yeah, I figure I'll lay you on the table. I'll climb up the ladder. I'll jump off. You can move, and I'll go through the table. I was like, I like the idea. That shit's not going to break. I understand you're enormous. That thing is rock solid. He's like, nah, man, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's like, well, I'm moving anyway, so you do you, bro. So he gives me a couple shots, lays me on the table, goes up. I roll off. He hits the table. It doesn't break. And then he's selling. I go give him some shots. He's like, we're going to try and do it again. We're going to try and do it again. I was like, all right, bro, you do you. Try it again. There's 10 people in the crowd. Who gives a shit? He gives me a couple shots, lays me on the table, goes up. I move again. Once again, he hits it. And this time the table doesn't break, but one side of the legs does. So it ramps down and he rolls off. And at that point, I just kind of looked at him and I went over, just climbed the ladder and grabbed the piece of paper that was hanging from the ceiling that just said title shot on it. Not even on a clipboard, just literally a loose leaf piece of paper that said title shot written on it. And that's how I won my very first ladder match. Yay! So that was one of them. The other table spot was TLC 2010. It was in Houston. I was working Extra Talent. And it was Natalya and Lay Cool in a tables match. And I'm watching back at Gorilla with a bunch of the wrestlers. And they set up a spot. It's supposed to be like a double superplex. Natalya shoves Lay Cool off. They both land on the table, but it doesn't break. And you could tell that was supposed to be the finish. And everyone around the monitor, because Natalya's still on the sitting on the top rope. Everyone around the monitor backstage just starts going, jump, 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 jump. And Natalya's looking around and they're both laying there. The table's like dented in, but not broken. And she steps on the top, just dives off in a crossbody, breaks it through, and everyone around the monitor just loses their shit. So that was a fun table didn't break story. But those are my two experiences with uncooperative lumber.
That's great. That's awesome. That's a great story right there.
That's fantastic.
That was a fun one to be backstage for.
I mean, you know, it's always, you always want the table to break and it doesn't do it. And the fact that he took 2 swings at it and it still didn't break, it was great. But give me some thoughts about this. I mean, you already talked a little bit, you know, about our Maori friend. Do you want to see them more in AEW? I know the answer is always yes, but we do have Forbidden Door not in the too distant future.
Maybe. Hadn't been announced yet.
I mean, he definitely showed out.
I think they all showed out too.
Yeah, I mean, the Francesco guy did pretty good.
I loved him. little quick Spitfire guy. Oh, I thought he was great.
I wouldn't mind them stopping by from time to time. I don't need to see them regularly because I don't need to see them doing exactly what the War Dogs are doing right now, except just being baby faces. Like, what do you do with them on a regular basis? This was a great spot for them. As we said earlier, kind of weird to do it on your go-home show for a pay-per-view that they're not on. But it was fun. It was a great showing for all of them. Bring them back for the occasional pay-per-view, but also let New Japan's talent largely stay in New Japan, because like New Japan is just losing bodies left and right. And I don't want to see everyone poach from over there.
Which is why it's so weird that you had them even here. And I understand the point of giving him backup, but yeah.
But also, give me Hanare versus Claudio sometime. Please and thank you.
For all of us.
So you end the show with Kenny Omega promo, answered by MJF. Yeah.
I don't know if his promo was actually any better than it has been recently, but the fact that he was wearing a suit made it seem better. Didn't it?
Yeah, like just more polished, right? You know?
Like you almost thought you might be getting a little bit of the cleaner back. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice touch.
It's good to see Kenny Omega with a shirt on and not wet hair, you know? I mean, outside of a match, but I mean, this didn't do anything for you guys, obviously, right? We already know what we're getting with the main event.
The only thing that pissed me off about that whole thing was Kenny stood tall.
Do you think that's old school? You go big on the go home, you're getting beat on the show.
I mean, it's a tale as old as time.
I don't know.
I would like to see Kenny cheat to beat MJF.
Oh.
Obviously, MJF is going to try and cheat first. When he took the ring off of him, I thought he was just taking the ring with him. Like, well, he ain't using that on Sunday. Like,
the fact that
he's edge.
The fact he threw it back pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, with the suit, it kind of was a little bit of a throwback to the cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Kenny Omega with an edge, especially if you are going to put the title on him and work to him and Ospreay at All In. He doesn't need to be a straight up heel, but like, don't give me just cheesy babyface Kenny Omega.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, well, we shall see which direction they go with this. So, again, we're not far off. We have pay-per-view on Sunday. So you do got main event there, Kenny Omega versus MJF. You have tag titles of FTR versus Cage and Copeland. You have the women's title now, Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. You got your casino gauntlet for the TNT championship. Chris Jericho versus Ricochet. You've got... Am I missing anything? I know you got Marina and Alex Windsor on the 0 hour.
0 hour.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything there?
I'm looking.
Did you mention Mox and Ospreay?
You have Mox and Ospreay for officially the Continental title. You got Andrade versus Darby Allin in the Darby Allin #1 contender match.
Bucks versus Takeshita and Okada.
And then you've got the Bucks versus Takeshita and Okada.
It's wild how much this card came together in the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sad about it because it looks like a stacked card, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like he's gone back to his old roots of just like overloading every pay-per-view too. I thought he purposely had made mention that he was gonna scale it back. Like you don't need to have every pay-per-view be 14 matches, but I think he's just gotten away from that entirely.
But I mean, outside of maybe Jericho and Ricochet, which I get it, it's Jericho's return. They're in Canada. There's not really any matches on this on the pay-per-view proper that could be on a Dynamite. Like it's solid top to bottom.
True. All right. Well, that is the pay-per-view. We will have picks out this weekend. We will have hopefully a new champion next week. Wrestle that away from young Matthew.
You know, as long as it says in the FWO, life will be just fine.
God. A one-stringed banjo over there.
I'm gonna make my picks without looking at betting odds, like I have for every show, because I don't know where betting odds exist. And it ain't that serious.
I always check them just to make sure that like,
you
I'm
do
on
more
the right
than
track.
check
And
them.
if there's something that I'm not aware of, every now and again it'll give me a little edge. It's got me wrong a couple times, but for the most part, like I just go with my gut, and my gut usually pays off. That's why I'm also the winningest pay-per-view champion of all time.
I just go by vibes, and that's why I normally lose.
And I for some reason get the Austin Reddick logic bud a little too much, where I'm like, well, obviously,
you
have to
overthink,
do
dude.
that. Oh yeah, or I'm just like, well, that has to be the way they go. Of course they would, and no.
I don't think I've ever taken more than like 90 seconds to pick. Like I just like gut reaction, just top to bottom. Like, yeah, feel this, feel this, and we're gonna let the chips fall where they may.
That sounds about right. Regardless, we will get those up and going. Are you okay there, Jamie? Is your mic doing things?
Like disconnected.
Yeah, you are in a tunnel now.
That's really weird. All I did was just move it.
Jiggle the cord. All right. Well, Jamie works on his audio visual here. we did have more to talk about outside of AEW, so it is still sign pointing season. We are very close to WrestleMania. In fact, we're a little over 2 weeks away. No,
under 2
weeks.
weeks.
Half away.
10 days.
Week from Saturday.
Away.
10.
Jeez, we're gonna have a quick turnaround for whoever wins this title. So anybody's excitement built up any more for WrestleMania than it had in say a week ago?
No.
I'm just checking. Jamie?
I mean, Pat McAfee did kind of give me a little something for a match I had zero desire to watch. I will
Does
give
it-
him.
do you-
I'll give him a little credit where credit is due.
Do you now have any desire to watch that match?
I didn't say that. But he gave me a little bit more of a reason to watch.
Give you a little more hope in there.
I'm just saying.
I didn't say that. Oh God.
See, he did the opposite for me. Like,
Oh, he took it away?
you've got Randy Orton, you've got Cody Rhodes, two very good professional wrestlers, especially in the WE style. Two guys that were wrestling each other at WrestleMania damn near 20 years ago. Like, there is history within your company.
Mhm.
There is all the story in the world, but because they panic because tickets aren't selling, let's trot Pat McAfee out there to randomly shit on the booking for no reason out of nowhere for this match that doesn't need it. Like, they are in panic mode. They are just throwing Hail Marys, hoping something fucking sticks. I'm excited to see this match. I'm less excited for the inevitable overbooked bullshit at the end of the match. It's going to happen.
I mean, that's accurate, but you gotta admit his promo kind of hit the nail on the head on a few topics.
Well,
Don't get fooled, man. Don't get fooled.
I know.
You're getting fooled.
I'm not fooled, but I just appreciate that they called it out, even if it's fake or not. Like,
yeah,
it was
Last
one of the better
week-
promos I've heard from WWE in a while.
true.
So I know it's hard to remember anything that happens in WWE a few weeks later because it's all bland and runs together for the most part.
Yep.
But they literally did this a few years ago when they had Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince McMahon come out and say, we're giving the power to the people now, and we're listening to you. Nothing changed. Nothing ever changes. They sent Pat McAfee out for shock value, saying him and Randy Orton are going to save wrestling for the fans. The Attitude Era. No, not happening. Like, this is not leading anywhere good. Don't get fooled.
I know.
It's by far just a cheap pop, and to Austin's point, for the one match, it probably didn't need to have any additional cheap pop bullshit with it, right? Have him come out and be Team CM Punk or whatever, if you wanted to have him do any of that bullshit, right? Like, this match actually has a story to it. Granted, it's the most fed story there could possibly be, but there is a history and a backlog and a story to it.
Yeah. There is just plenty of story with Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes that you do not need all this extra bullshit. But we're getting all the extra bullshit because that's what they do.
And we're sorry to shit because I know you loved it, Jamie. Stop messing with your mic. You're fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
No, all right.
You still looking at it looks like you're still fucking around with stuff. Again, we're 10 days away, so we'll wrap up with Dynasty and then we will get right into WrestleMania the following weekend. So there's that. What else, guys? Anything else in the wrestling world going on there? I know there's a couple topics you guys wanted to address real fast.
There are before we leave WB though, did y'all see Liv Morgan and Roxanne smash heads violently?
Yes.
She had a big old knot.
Oh, that was just
super goose egg, dude.
Unfortunate timing and placing with all that. Like, yeah, that was loud when they headbutted each other. But if we want to jump to some people that won't be on WrestleMania, former WWE champion Alberto Del Rio, I think we can safely say he will never be on another WrestleMania because he's looking at 8 to 20 years in a Mexican prison for domestic violence.
Could happen to a better guy.
It's weird it took this long.
Yeah.
I mean, to finally get him into prison, because I mean, ever since he started like going out with Saraya, is when you started to hear stories, and every single time he's turned around, it's like there's just been more and more and more and more. It's inevitable, right?
Yeah. Like I said, there's just been stories about him doing similar shit for years now. I'm surprised it took this long for that to finally catch up with him, but sounds like he's going to take a well-deserved time out from society.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I got something that's actually kind of positive.
All right, let's move on. Yes.
Because wow, that brought the party down just a little bit.
Woo!
This is actually for Mr. Austin Reddick.
All right.
Did you know yesterday was the 40-year anniversary of the debut of one JEFFJARRETT.
I gotta go back in celebration later this week and watch some old USWA Jeff Jarrett.
Ooh.
For those of y'all watching or listening that may not be familiar, babyface Memphis Jeff Jarrett, top tier babyface.
Man.
Like, you might only know him for the strappy suspenders and then the guitar and all that, and I enjoyed all that shit too. But in honor, I'm going back this week and watching some old USWA Jeff Jarrett.
Would you say that's your favorite Jeff Jarrett variant there, Austin?
It's a close second. My favorite Jeff Jarrett variant will always be new generation, strappy suspenders, ain't I great? Country music superstar Jeff Jarrett. That was, especially because I was, at the time, I'm like 8 to 10 years old when he's on that run, and I hated Jeff Jarrett. Like, the only heel I vividly remember just not liking because he was such a good heel. Yeah. And the matches he had with Razor Ramon when he had his Intercontinental title run, that was such a huge part of my childhood. I can't put anything above that. I didn't see USWA Jeff Jarrett until much later when all that shit started showing up on the internet. So I didn't get to grow up with super young Jeff Jarrett. So for me, it's always with my baby tonight, ain't I great? JEFFJARRETT, like nothing will ever top that for me.
Okay. Jamie?
I want to say my favorite version of him was at the death of WCW when he was doing the slap nuts thing. I don't know why I loved it so much, but I absolutely loved it because I hated it. Like, it's like, I hate this guy.
It was
like, I'm a teenager at this point, almost in my 20s. Like, when it happened, I was like 18, 19, somewhere around there. And I'm like, I can't stand this guy. But it's not like I don't want to see him on my TV. It wasn't X-Pac heat. It was legit like, he is so good at being an asshole. And it's like, I want to be like that guy.
And I go back and thinking, and very unpredictable, but the Team Canada, Jeff Jarrett in TNA.
How did I know you're going to go there?
It made the least amount of sense possible, and that's why I loved it. Like, everybody else, so Canadian, and their leader was Jeff Jarrett. And you're like, how the fuck is that possible? This doesn't even make sense. I love
it. Works because it's Jeff Jarrett.
Because the thing is, like, you hated him even more because he was there as the Team Canada leader.
He knows how to get heat, man.
It made no sense. It was great. But yeah, you knew I was going there. Of course you did.
I figured it had to be TNA related in some capacity.
100%.
I am nothing if not predictable. Although TNA's had some other shaky bits lately, Jamie. Was it you were telling me about the story there, or no?
Oh no, that was me before the show.
I don't remember. One of y'all was talking about it.
Jamie's blanket. Yeah, it was just started getting reported today that apparently TNA is no longer letting their talent work AEW talent on indie shows. Due to a partner
That's
conflict, they said.
Because it's mature.
It's mature.
You know what? You're not going to be able to wrestle my people. No. You don't even go here.
Like, if you're a show nobody watches in the first place, why would you want any less visibility than what's at all possible for your talent?
Just merge the TNA with NXT and get it over with.
Because they don't want half those people either. That's why they buried them all.
You don't think if they merge them, they won't just lay off half of them?
I mean, let's be real.
It absolutely will.
Who are they going to keep? They're going to keep the Elegance brand. They're going to keep Mags and Heather Reckless because they love them.
Yep.
They've had them on NXT.
Santana.
Out of the men, they'll want Santana because Santana's been doing great work.
It'll probably take Moose.
Absolutely take Moose. I mean, yeah, Triple H has won Moose for years.
They'll take the Silva kid.
Yeah.
Maybe already put Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Macklin?
I don't know if they take Macklin.
Macklin could probably go to AEW, I would think.
Wasn't Macklin already in NXT for a while?
He was.
Well, half of them were already in NXT or WWE at one point, which is
like I was saying last week, I want to see TNA just rebrand as super gimmicky wrestling. Like have a bunch of just like silly gimmicky characters, throw it back to like 80s and 90s style. You can still have the moves and the wrestling be more modern, but be super character driven and give me some fun, silly characters.
So kind of like WoW. Kind of like WoW.
Yeah, exactly. Like WoW, but run by someone competent.
Wow. Felt like that was a source of truth there.
The WoW concept is great. Just 1 hour episodes of a studio show. It's super character driven. It's not too deep. Like there's room for that in pro wrestling. And we've said it before. What does TNA do that you don't see better elsewhere? Nothing right now, but make it fun.
Yeah.
And I'm all in.
I mean, WoW's a lot of fun until you have to shove a tampon up your nose.
Yeah. Until half the roster gets concussed or blows out an ACL every single show.
And I understand everything you're saying. And again, I'm not trying to be total logic buzzkill tonight, but the fact that there's such this partnership with WWE anyway, I feel is just preventing them from being anything, period, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's just a wasteland that can't go out on its own because it's got this ball and chain around its neck. And they're not going to be joined in because they don't need them. It's just wrestling purgatory now, and in the worst sense. And the rebranded TNA was such a great idea, but they did fuck all with it. So,
and it hasn't come up in a while, but I used to laugh every time I would hear people say, well, AEW might lose their TV deal. No, they won't. Networks are so desperate for live programming that AMC is airing TNA, which nobody fucking watches. Like AEW is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to be fine for another day.
Yeah. Oh, well, we shall see. All right. Dynasty this weekend. You boys got anything else for the peeps out there?
Just expect to see a belt right there.
We'll be back next week with the results of said pay-per-view and the picks. We also talk about a little bit more for WrestleMania. We got that coming up weekend after. Again, if it's your first time here, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like. Give us a big thumbs up. Tap the screen. Give us some hearts. We hope to see you back. We do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Big thanks to our new show sponsor, Dubby. Go to dubby.gg. Use the code Total Spotfest for 10% off. Make it happen, Captain. And That's all we got. Thank you for watching. Damn it. Jamie, take us
Going the
home.
wrong direction.
I know. Wednesday, I'm going to get it.
I'm somewhere, guys. If you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 3 words for you.
Not even guessing anymore.
Drink Dubby Energy.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Later.
10% off.